Hey guys, what's going on? It is Jess, and I did another Q&A, and you guys asked some really good questions. So I wanted to answer them, and I just want to say thank you so much for being patient. Let's get to it. The first question was, how has your perspective about yourself changed when you went from a 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur? I would have to say that my perspective on myself has always been the same as far as I've always been a go-getter. I've always been very competitive with myself, an overachiever. I definitely like to set goals and like accomplish them and set new goals. So that's something that's always been within. What changed it was that before I was making lots of money for other companies, and I didn't understand that that formula could do the same thing for me. So that is what has changed. So that led me to really start to believe in myself and even more and not have any doubts, because if $1 million companies were investing in me and paying me literally tenths of a percentage for the millions I was bringing to them, then I deserve to make those millions and do it for myself. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Next question. What do you think are some reasons some people don't get it after studying for so long? So I think the answer is really in your question in regards to studying for so long. You have to execute and you have to implement. You can study every technique that's out there. You can be the trading encyclopedia or Google of trading and know every single technique. But if you're not implementing it and you're not executing, then what are you really doing and why are you here? Because we're not here to sound smart. We're not here to sound intellectual. We're here to produce results. So I think those that are studying for a very long time, they need to start executing and journaling and working on that. The fear is kicking them in the behind. Do you set number goals for your trading each year or prefer to stay open? I mean, I have a set goal that I need to make that will always like that's just what needs to get done for my living expenses for everybody. And then I'm always trying to beat myself, like beat my record before. That's just like I said, I'm a competitive person. I don't do percentages. I'm more of a number person, and I do things on a monthly basis. I also compare quarterly, and then I also will do half year, like 6 month periods. If you could only give one tip to a beginner trader, what would it be? It would be that this does not happen overnight. You probably have heard a ton of people say that, but it is the truth. And we're telling you that for a reason, because most traders lose their money and lose their patience because of how trading is advertised on social media. And they expect it to just be something that occurs just immediately. And that isn't the case. It is really like going to college or getting some type of certificates, and you have to put in the work, you have to study, you're going to cry, there's sweat, blood, and tears. It's not all that it's cracked out to be in regards to the learning process, but once you get past that curve, it is absolutely worth it, 100%, because the freedom that you get with your time is something that nothing else can compare to. If we sign up with you to economy, do we get access to your private group? Yes. So if you sign up with me, you do get access to my private group. It's pretty much just to make sure that everybody's on the same page on how things operate. If I have to be honest with you, if you are not a part of my group, that's totally fine. We can communicate via Solex. I have admins that do work that for me. Now, I will say if you signed up with me directly and you are a part of my private group, I am requesting that you put all your questions and everything in that group instead. What is the most money you have made in 1 month? Forex future stock options in 1 month, 100, like literally, right? It was like 98 point something thousand. That was actually last July. That was last July that I did that. This July was not the same. Just gonna keep it real with you. But July, for some reason, seems to be a really, it's a month of just pain and then celebration. So I lost quite a bit 2 Julys ago. I definitely made way more this past July. Well, not this past July, but July 2023. 2024 was good, but nowhere near as good. But literally right almost at the 100K mark. Do I average that monthly? No. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Let's see. Trading less with better entries, but still losing when I hold trades. Is it a lack of capital? I don't think it's a lack of capital. I think that you are most likely getting caught up in the time frame correlation with your charts. So you're getting good entries, but you may be trying to hold them for swing trades, and what you're looking at, your setup is not designed for a swing trade. So you need to make sure that the entries that you are identifying are from swing levels. All right. Not a question, but I pray that I can go over your free strategies and implement and be profitable. God bless you too. And it's totally possible. There's so many people that have used the free course and done really well. All right, let's see. How does your call setups work? I'm assuming you're talking about my webinars, but with Economy, I go live twice a week and those are recorded. And then with my VIP, we have a class once a week, and it's either myself or one of my admins. Just wishing you a blessed new year. Grateful for all the wisdom you share with us. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wishing you the same as well. Why are you showing up now? A lot of us was underwater with those guru, and you stayed silent. Well, I don't like your tone, sir. No, but on a real note, I actually was out, and a lot of people that are classified as gurus now, I've got into legal battles, settlements. People have stolen my content, repurposing. I've had MLM companies steal my content. They're educators. I've got MLM companies shut down. So I've been around, but I've always just been very low key. And when you don't advertise lifestyle, people don't want to see it. No matter how much money you make, people don't want, or how many lives you change too, people don't want to see it. So I will say this, I want to give a very special shout out to the Words of Wisdom podcast and Calvin, the Forex Beginner podcast, for giving me the opportunity to speak on their platforms and allow me to expose my knowledge of the markets to help other people. Especially the Words of Wisdom podcast. It changed my life. I know there was a lot of backlash that came with what I said, but it works and it worked and it helped people. So uh, I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful. Riz changed my life. My goal is to change 1 million lives, and he helped expedite that and gave me the exposure that I was really afraid of. So if I have to be 100% honest, I was afraid to put myself out there because of all the things that I was going through behind the scenes that you don't know. And I just didn't want that headache. Like my life was peaceful, and I just realized like I don't know. People in this trading industry are really just not good people. I don't know how to say it. They're just not good people, and they don't like when I call them out. So yeah, but I'm here now, and I'm changing lives. So you stick around. All right, let's see. Can you do a step by step on how you place trades on TradingView? I feel like I'm missing something. Um, why don't you let me know what you're wanting to see? Is this for futures? Because I have a video on my YouTube about paper trading. You literally just connect your broker and you can do the same thing. Your buy and sell buttons are there. So if you right click on your chart, you click on trading, you will see that you can do the buy and sell function. If you can let me know what it's for, I can give you like an actual example and you have something to work with. How do I know stock options is available in my country? That's an easy one. You can type in the name of the brokers that are out there, and I do have them in the link in the description section, and then type in countries list. If you're international, Interactive Brokers is a very common one that is used. Schwab International, they just became international not too long ago. So they're available in certain countries. Tasty Trade is available as far as globally. And then if you're in the US, we have like Schwab, Robinhood, Webull. There's probably others out there, but those are just the most common. Hi, Jess. Boosie here from South Africa. Hello, South Africa. Thank you for being visible. I can't believe I'm finally in your class. Welcome. All right. Banks. Shout out to Banks. You're always showing me love, and I'm reading this and I see you're showing me love. I wasn't expecting this. The question is, do you really know that you are the best? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love y'all. Let's see. Next question is irrelevant to trading. Just so you guys know, for those of you that ask about my personal life, I'm not going to answer. I want to keep this professional and help traders with their needs. So my personal life is irrelevant, especially relationship status. All right, next. How do I sign up for the bootcamp? I don't know if I exclusively have 3 months, but I'll give it my best. So here's my concern with this is that you don't know if you have 3 months. I do need 60 days minimum. If you're unable to do it, it's not worth it. I'm going to tell you that right now because I am going to request a lot out of you and I need your full undivided attention. I'm giving you 100%. I need you to do the same for me. So if you can do that, that would be great. And then you can sign up via economy with an elite package. That is $149 and then $99 per month. Pricing is subject to change depending on when you watch this video, but that's what it is right now. There are other packages that you can get that are absolutely amazing, but to get access to what I'm doing, that's all you need, and that's in the link in the description. That's the LNK bio link, okay? What was your biggest trading related struggle starting out trading and how did you overcome it? So, I would have to say that structure with my time was the hardest thing because I was trying to manage two under two. I was managing my mom and her being terminally ill, handling medical things. I mean, there were a lot of things that were going on, hiccups, like they gave her the wrong blood for the blood transfusion the moment I walked away. It was a lot of things that I was going through. It was very stressful. So I found myself being really like frustrated because I wanted this so bad. And I was trying to day trade and it just was not working for me. And I was doing this while I was in the hospital. But I realized swing trading, which is what I originally learned, it was a huge advantage for me. And once I did that, I had more structure in my life. I was able to take care of my mom at a certain time. Then I was able to go home, take care of my kids. Once they're in bed, I would find my setups. Like it just worked for me. So that was the hardest part with structure. I would say as I became profitable, believe it or not, impatience got worse because I knew what the money felt like. Like I knew what it felt like. And for some reason, I just thought it was going to magically come in, so then I had to learn from that. And that just took me like looking at my withdrawals and reminding myself, like, do you want to get back to that? What did you do to get back to that? And I journaled a lot. So I would always reference that the moment I felt lost. Hi, looking to go big on futures with you in 2025. Hope we can keep in touch and direct contact. I don't do direct contact, but just follow, stay in touch, and looking forward to seeing your progress. What are your goals for 2025? I don't have any desire to communicate my goals on social media. I do believe in not so good energy, but I know what they are. And at the end of the year, God willing, I will be able to show you how I accomplished them and overcame them. So that I will tell you, but the goal in general is to change at least the traders, 1 million lives of aspire traders or just maybe experienced traders in a positive way and to impact the community. So that's important. And I want my trading community to make a difference in their neighborhoods, especially once they start making profits. So if I have to say anything out publicly, that's what I want from my followers. And in the future, if you guys are willing to help me help other families, I usually only do this with my private group, but if you're willing to help me help other families via donations or whatnot, it would be greatly appreciated. And if that's something you're willing to do, say it in the comments because then I'll feel more comfortable putting it out there. Let's see. I have been trying your fib levels that you posted on IG Reels. Did you change them? Because they've been roasting me. I've never changed them. It's what has made me all my money. You probably are using them incorrectly. So in order to use fibs, there has to be trends. So you don't want to use them during consolidation. If you are struggling, you most likely need help with market structure. So go to my free course and go watch the video and do the homework on it, and then be able to identify swing lows and highs to draw your fibs. If you're consolidating, you cannot use fibs. So good luck. All right. There was something that someone asked me and I wanted to show you, and it was basically they wanted to know how I was compounding my entries from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So I'm going to pull up a chart and I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so over here you're going to see that I just pulled up a random chart. I'm not really checking or like I'm not looking prior. But you can see where I'm on the weekly, and this is GBP JPY. Now we know that just looking at this chart, I'm going to minimize my picture of me. All right, looking at this chart, we can see that we're by a weekly level, and I'm just using what's in my free course, guys. You have a wonderful level that's been touched several times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then we went down from there this past week. So I tried to look for 2 to 3 touches, preferably on a level. That's what I would like to see. And it's obvious this is a good level of resistance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna label that my weekly. Okay, it's there, just so I know that it's a weekly resistance. If you want to call it WR or we type it out, it's completely up to you. Now, and if we end up breaking this to the upside, I will look for structure above. And by doing that, I will draw a line chart and look for areas where I see like peaks. So for example, I'll do something like this. There's a peak here, or I'll do something like this and there's a peak there. And that gives me the next area of interest should we break that resistance. I do the same thing to the lower, like to the downside. I can just see it. It's clear as day that it's been touched several times in this area. Right here are my weekly levels. So now from there, I know that for the week, I want to trade in between them if it's possible. I mean, it may not happen. From there, I'm going to find structure on the daily so that I have an idea of where I can get in. Okay. So I see, like, for example, we were taking this move down right here on the daily. And I'm just talking about the downside momentum. We can see where it's touched this a lot. So on that Friday, we closed below the weekly level. We have a really nice rejection candle. Here's a bearish candlestick pattern. And now I'm looking to take it down. So where am I going to take it to? I'm going to look for daily structure to take it to. All right. Now, obviously, I want this to go to my weekly, but if it does not happen, I need to be prepared. Okay. So here's my daily level. Now I'm going to go to the 4-hour. Now I'm explaining the downside move as the example. Okay, so we're going to act like this is in here. Okay. Now, normally you guys would probably draw like some type of a trend line to identify the trend. I am looking for the structure. Okay. So every time price breaks and retests the structure, I am compounding my entries. Okay. Here's bam. So what does that mean? What that means is I have to, like, I'm getting into a sell, right? Once this daily level is broken, I'm going to get in and or retest, a break and retest. Then I see what happens. Now, can I take profits here? Absolutely. But I'm going to add a position on my 4-hour structure. So once this 4-hour structure is broken and retested, I'm adding a position to my next 4-hour structure. This is where I'll either exit and I'll take it just from 4-hour structure to 4-hour structure, or I will continue to hold it. And once this structure is broken, I will take it to my swing level and I will trail my stop loss. So my stop loss will be above structure, right? The previous high. And then as we break this, I'll keep it here. I'll go ahead and save these profits. Add a position here. The break and retest, if that does occur, I get in right here and I hold it. And now I'm holding 2 positions. If we break and retest this 4-hour structure, I'm now adding a 3rd position. So I have 3 positions in this trade. I can either ride it all the way to my swing level, or I can take it to 4-hour to 4-hour. If you don't like doing it on the 4-hour, you can do the same thing on the 1-hour, but I'm telling you what I did as far as compounding. So with that being said, I believe I answered everybody's questions. Thank you so much with this session of Ask Jess. Remember that you can send in your charts if you like in the email that I have in the description below, or maybe a question that you may have. And I will do my best to go over as many as possible to help give you some insight and assist with your trading. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and keep your notifications turned on so you can be aware when my new content comes out. Wishing you lots of blessings, guys, and let's crush 2025. Bye.